How's it going, everyone? Welcome to this Solana update. Now, Solana, with all the bullish news that it has, is still undervalued. If we're going from the March 2024 top to current price, it's only a 25% move away. And if we actually check where Trump's victory was on the 6th of November, it's currently only up 60% since that win. Because there has also been some bullish developments fundamentally over the past week, especially after the Trump token was released on the Sol network. We saw crazy congestion. People weren't able to transact. I had times where my funds were trapped for 3 days in a row on my Tangent. I couldn't move my Sol chain tokens just because there was so much congestion. No worries, I've got access to them now. But very scary period. There were over, I think Phantom was mentioning over at 1.8 million transaction attempts per minute, guys. 8 million per minute. They're not all, of course, going through because for it to be that high, a lot of them were not going through. So people kept on button smashing, trying to get their transactions through. Eventually, in the end, we have seen Solana get a lot of spotlight from this, and the following days after, there was some news about potential Solana ETF on top of a Trump ETF, maybe, which is wild. But Solana has really been taking advantage of this situation it's found itself in, and even David Sachs, the new person in charge of the SEC, he even holds Solana himself. Yeah, we've seen a lot of murmurs that it's going to be added to a potential strategic reserve. So fundamentally, there is so much in its favor, and technically for me as well, simply because of how far away it is from the March top and the Trump victory down over here. Very close. If we then compare to other coins that have done super well off of that Trump win in November, like XRP and HBAR, they really pumped a lot. And then they entered these consolidation ranges where they weren't dumping that much, and that's because there's incentives to hold them. Why sell them when they're still taxed, when they could potentially be tax-free? Now, Solana actually falls under that US-based category, but I don't think many people were aware that it was actually US-based on this first run-up when Trump actually won. Then the inauguration happened, and this was already starting to move. I was suggesting this in the chat when it was only 5% higher than the Trump victory over here. And this was just because small caps, for the most part, although the last altcoin season a year ago gave the best returns in coins like Rio, AGI, AI Tech, all of these coins doing 10, 20x for us in the Discord back then. Since the summer lows, they've pretty much been trading around the summer lows ever since. The coins that have really performed are not only large caps. It hasn't been all the large caps, guys. It's been the US-based coins and other tokens that take advantage, like beta plays that take advantage of that. So, for example, with Solana and this Trump token, there was a lot of people being forced to use Phantom because it wasn't listed on exchanges initially. Now it's everywhere. So you had to use dexes like Radium, Jupiter, so on and so forth. So they took the whole brunt of that volume and liquidity. So forced to go to those dexes. So those dexes were also forced to go up. So there are beta plays out there taking advantage of these US made coins. And yeah, that's something to look into, something that we are definitely doing in the Discord now. With these new developments, before this Trump victory, there was qualms whether Kamala would win, and then what would that mean for crypto? You know, it definitely would not be positioned up here. I can give a HBAR as an example. It's done so well since the Trump victory, but Trump only won right over here. What was it doing before he won? Look at what he was doing. It was nearly at multi-year lows, nearly making a new multi-year bear market low almost. And then Trump won, gave those bullish tax incentives for US-based crypto and how they're going to add allocate funds towards these. Signed off an executive order on that yesterday. So these sorts of coins are going to continue to outperform the rest of the market due to these false narratives. But Solana never really got that spotlight on that Trump win. Only since the Trump coin really have we seen this influx into Solana. That's what's created this sort of vertical move up from 169 to about 294. So my assumption is that on this next run up, we're going to see Solana up in the $400-500 mark. So what I want to see going forward is 240 and 50 held as support. I've been updating this in the Discord. Links are down below if you're interested. And with that being held, it's essentially giving the opportunity to break out. Now, the level of resistance we are struggling with currently is $264. We get 4-hour closes or daily candle close through this area, it will initiate the move into $300. This might be where it slows down a little, but ultimately we are looking at $400 to $500 as the technical target for the next move in this upcoming alt season, or at least where Bitcoin and these American cryptos are outperforming the rest of the market. It does not mean that other coins will not have a period to shine, but we just can't ignore what is being forced to go up right now. So I definitely think they need to be a part of your portfolio, all those sorts of beta plays. If not, just be aware of what you're missing out of. These are now being forced on a fundamental level to do well. Going back to H-bar, before this fundamental news, it was at multi-year lows, right? And then the news changed everything. So we just have to readjust with the times. Look, throughout this period, was H-bar the best coin? No. I was personally doing 10, 20x's, all while this was just going sideways and down. Then since November, things changed. Now, this has done one of the best out of all the coins in the market since November. But there's reasons behind that. And I think those same sorts of fundamental reasonings is what's going to cause Solana to explode on this next rally. Thank you guys so much for giving me your time today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment on your way out. Solana needs to hold 240, 250 for it to breach 300 and head to $400-500 out of that breakout. Thank you so much. Again, like, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you want to get educated, check out the links in the description and follow me on Twitter/X. Anyways, cheers.